Morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. Weather looks a bit miserable. So when you're ready, we're going to sit on our mats, easy cross-legged with our eyes closed. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Remember, if you need your yoga block, you can sit on your yoga block, or you can grab a pillow or a cushion to sit on, or a blanket and roll it up. Just lifts up the hips a little bit more. Weight even on both seat bones. Lovely long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Hands can be on the knees, palms down or palms up, or you can just place the hands on your feet. Take a nice long inhale, sigh the exhale out. And then just go back to your normal breath pattern. And start inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then bring your awareness to your body. Are you sitting evenly on both seat bones? Is the spine nice and long? Is the pelvis in neutral so you're not tucking under, creating that C shape in the lower back? Are your shoulders relaxed? Soften the face and the jaw and the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then bring the awareness to the breath, flowing in and flowing out. And on your next inhale, we're going to inhale for the count of 3. And exhale for 3, our equal breath. Inhale for 3. And exhale for 3. And there's no breath retention, that breath is nice and smooth. Maybe stay with the count of 3. Or maybe deepen the breath and hold for the count of 4 and exhale for 4. Maybe inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Or stay with me for the count of 3. Two more rounds. One more round. And then back to your natural breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then bring the palms together, hands through to heart center. Inhale, float the arms out and up, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly bring the palms together, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Keep the eyes closed or maybe flutter the eyes open. Inhale, float the arms out and up. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. And slowly lengthen out the arms in front of you, arms shoulder height. Next the hands, palms are facing away from the body, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Starting to stretch out the wrists and the forearms. Spread the fingers wide, stretching out the hands. If it feels a little bit uncomfortable having your arms this height, just lower the arms down a little bit. And then slowly bring the hands through to heart center, palms together, interlace the fingers, making one big fist, and then slowly circle out the wrists. And then change direction. And give those hands a shake. Hands back through to heart center. Inhale, float the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bend the elbows coming through to goddess, goalpost arms, hold it here. And on your next exhale, just soften forward and then slowly come up to tabletop. Hands are underneath the shoulders. The shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Spread the fingers wide. Knees are underneath the hips. Lovely long spine. Just relax those fingers so they're not locked out. Push down through the finger pads. Spinal mobility, cat-cow. Working with your own range of movement this morning and your own natural breath pattern. Take a nice long inhale. As you exhale, slowly start to round into your cat. And as you start to exhale, slowly uncurl. Pull the mat back. Try not to dip in that lower back too much, cat. Check that you're not jutting that chin out. Exhale, cat. Inhale, slowly uncurl. Try not to dump that lower back, belly, cow. Take it nice and slow. 2 more. Always have the option of closing your eyes as you do your cat-cow. And then meet in tabletop. Pelvis is in neutral. Shoulder blades are in neutral, so the shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Check that the shoulders are over the wrists. Gently draw the lower ribs in, lower belly in to activate your core. Slowly slide that right foot out. Check that the hips are level, pelvis is in neutral, flex the foot. Squeeze the right glute, raise the right leg off the floor, keep the foot flexed, not too high. Check that the hips are level. Option to stay here or to bend the right knee. Coming into glute lifts. Exhale, lower the toes to the floor. As you inhale, squeeze the right glute, come up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Check that the core's in. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Glutes activated. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. One more. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Hold it here. Keep the length. Check in with the core. Check in with the breath. Bend the right knee. Foot is flexed. And pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower down. Hips are level. You can either hold it here with the knee bent, or you can extend the leg out nice and long. Slowly bring that right knee back underneath the right hip. Maybe shake the wrists out if you need to. Check your base. Pelvis is in neutral. Shoulder blades in neutral. Check that neck. Check that you're not jutting that chin out or not overly tucking it in. You've got length in that neck. Core is on. Extend the left leg out. On toes. Pelvis is in neutral. Core is on. Squeeze the left glute. Raise the left leg off the floor. Option to keep that leg nice and long or to bend it for your glute raises. Holding it here. Exhale, lower the left toes to the floor. Squeeze it up as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, squeeze it up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. One more. Hold it here. Bend that knee, foot is flexed. And pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold it here or lengthen it out. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. Bring the left leg down, knee underneath the hip. Tuck the toes. Options either sit back on the heels or come to kneel in, and then just circle out the wrists. You can clasp your hands or do them one at a time, whichever feels comfortable for you, making sure you've done both directions. Come back to tabletop. Activate the core. I'm taking my socks off because I've not got my grippy socks on. Check that the pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral, core is on, knee hover. Take a nice deep breath in, float the knees off the floor, hold it here, nice long exhale. Inhale, check that neck's in line with the rest of the spine. As you exhale, lower the knees to the floor. And release. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, activate that core. Inhale, knee hover, hold it here. Long, full breaths. And then from here, imagine that your hips are being lifted up towards the ceiling, coming into down dog. Check that the head and neck are relaxed. Think about pushing up and then soften the knees in your down dog. And don't worry about the heels touching the floor, just have them elevated. Check that you have length in the arms, length in the armpits, pushing up rather than back, spreading the fingers wide, making that V shape. Soften the knees if you need to, you can bend them a little bit more. Long, full breaths here. Remember, any time during the practice, if you need to modify or whether you need to rest, please do so. If you need to rest, if it feels comfortable, you can come to child's pose, easy cross-legged, or just lay down on your back. Gaze between the hands, and then slowly soften the knees and slowly walk the feet towards the hands, walking into your halfway lift with a hip hinge, lovely long spine. Place the hands on the feet, or if you've got blocks, you can place your hands on your blocks. Keep that spine nice and long, really bend the knees so that upper body can rest on the thighs. Length in the neck, length in the spine. And on your next inhale, slowly start to come up. Let the hands travel up the lower legs, over the knees, up the thigh. Keep the spine nice and long. And then slowly roll the shoulders back. And then relax. Feet back, hip width apart. Check that you've got a lovely long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling, pelvis in neutral. For some of us, that means we may need to soften our knees to keep our pelvis in neutral, which is fine. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly reach fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Options, bring the palms together or interlace the fingers or keep the arms apart. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, side bend right. And release that right ear. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Release the left ear. Inhale, center. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center. You can keep the hand center or place the hands in those hip creases. Then do a sun salutation, and it's part of our warm-up. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, soften the knees, hips float back, hinging forward, spine's nice and long, chest is soft. Bend those knees. Place the hands firmly on the mat. Right foot back, right knee touches the floor, top of the right foot to the floor. Slowly come up into your kneeling lunge or kneeling crescent. Hold it here. The arms don't have to be locked out and the fingers don't have to be rigid. They can be nice and soft. We're just warming up. And on your next exhale, soften forward, place the hands on the floor, tuck the right toes, right knee off the floor, low lunge. Step the left foot back, plank, lower the knees to the floor. Pelvis is in neutral, core is on, glutes on, shoulder blades are in neutral. And a very slow lower all the way down towards the flat to the floor. Tops of the feet on the floor, pubic bone on the floor, lengthen the spine, pull back the mat and come into a low cobra. Check that you're not jutting that chin up. Hold it here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, just soften, push down, come all the way up to your knees. And then imagine the hips are being hoisted all the way up to the ceiling. Step the feet in just a little, coming into your down dog. Soften the knees slightly, allow the heels to come away from the floor. Spread the fingers wide. A few deep breaths here. Weight even between the hands and the feet, pushing up to make that V shape. Next exhale, lower the knees to the floor, step the right foot forward. This time tuck the left toes to get a nice stretch in that left foot. Reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows, goddess arms, goalpost arms. Hold it here. Stay broad across the collarbones. Core activated. Exhale, hinge forward, place the hands on the mat. Step the left foot forward, halfway lift. Bring the hands either to heart or to your hip creases. Push down through the feet. Slowly lengthen out. Release the hands. Take a nice deep breath in, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center or the hip creases, hinge forward. Place the hands on the floor, step the left foot back, left knee touches the floor, left foot flat on the floor. Kneeling lunge, kneeling crescent, hold it here. So checking that your pelvis is in neutral, lovely on the spine, remember that chin. Exhale, hinge forward, place the hands on the floor, tuck the left toes, left knee off the floor, step back, plank, lower the knees to the floor. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Lovely long spine. Holding it here, spread the fingers wide. Start to bend and soften the elbows. Elbows are coming back. Try not to hug the elbows into the side of your body. Feet flat on the floor, pubic bone. Lengthen the spine. Pull back in the mat. Low cobra. Activate those glutes. Try not to let the legs roll out. Exhale, just soften slightly, tuck the toes, push to the knees. Hips are coming up. Maybe walk the feet in slightly. Down dog, head and neck are nice and relaxed. And in this down dog, if you need to bend the knees a little bit more to keep the length in the spine, please do so. If you'd like to walk your dog out, please do so. Whatever's serving you this morning. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor. Step the left foot forward, kneeling crescent, tucking the right toes. Reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows, goddess arms. Broad across the collarbone. Exhale, soften forward, push down through the left foot, right foot comes forward, halfway lift. Hands to heart, keep the length in the spine as you slowly come up. Squeeze those glutes, release the arms. Take a nice long inhale, nice long easy exhale out through the mouth. I'm going to add on from here. Take a nice deep breath in, float the arms all the way up. You can either keep the arms nice and long as you hinge forward or bring the hands through to heart center. So on your next exhale, hinging forward, keep that spine nice and long. Hips are floating back, core is on, place the hands on the floor. Step the right foot back, right knee to the floor. Slowly come up, right foot flat on the floor, fingertips up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, soften forward, tuck the right toes, right knee off the floor. Soften that right knee, and then from here we're going to slowly come up and exhale, soften into crescent. Hold it here in your crescent. Bring your awareness to your pelvis. Is it in neutral? Do you need to adjust the back foot slightly? Checking that your feet are hip width apart on the tightrope. Right glute is on, core is on. You're on the balls of that right foot. Do rooting down through the feet, rising up through the fingertips and the crown of the head. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, open out into warrior two. Check your base. Checking that the outside edge of the right foot's in contact with the mat. Pelvis in neutral, squeeze the glutes. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Option to gaze down that left middle finger or just gaze out at the side, whichever feels comfortable on your neck. Next exhale, swivel the right foot round, windmill the right arm down, slowly come down, plant the hands on the floor, left foot back, plank, knees to the floor. Check your base, pelvis, shoulder blade, shoulders stacked over the wrist, core is on, glutes are on. Start to soften the elbows, slowly lower all the way down, elbows point back, shoulders are open. Tops of the feet on the floor, pubic bone, pull that mat back, cobra. Exhale, soften slightly, tuck the toes, push up to the knees, push the hips up. Maybe step the feet in a little, down dog. Hips are high, push up through the arms, open out the armpit. On your next exhale, slowly start to lower the knees to the floor, step the right foot forward, left toes are tucked. Reach the fingertips all the way up, kneeling crescent. Soften the elbows, goddess. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, slowly come round to center. Keep the shoulder blades in the back of the rib cage. Back to center. Exhale, soften forward. Push down through the right foot. Left foot steps forward, halfway lift. Hands to heart or long arms as you slowly come up. Keep that core activated. Hold it here. As you exhale, hinge all the way down. Hips float back, bend those knees, hands on the floor. Left foot steps back, left knee down. Kneeling lunge, flat on the floor, fingertips towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge forward, plant the hands, tuck the left toes, left knee off the floor. Soften that left knee, slowly come all the way up to crescent. Check your base, pelvis, shoulders, balls of the left foot, left glutes on. Check that there, let's lengthen the neck. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, open out into your warrior two. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Outside edge of the left foot in contact with the mat. Glutes are on, core's on. Option to gaze down that right middle finger, just gaze straight out, just check in with the neck and how it's feeling. And on your next exhale, start to swivel that back foot round, windmill that arm round, slowly come all the way down, plant the hands, bring that right foot back, plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Check your base. Core's on. Hold it here. And then as you exhale, slowly soften the elbows. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down. Pull the mat back. Cobra. Chest comes through. Glutes are on. Exhale, soften down, tuck the toes. Come up to the knees. Up to your down dog. Nice long breaths here. Next exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Step the left foot forward. Slowly come up, crescent. Right toes are tucked. Bend the elbows, goddess. Exhale, lower right. Inhale, left. I've got my directions wrong there. And as you exhale, soften forward, push down through the left foot. Right foot steps forward, spine nice and long. Slowly come all the way up to mountain. And then release the arms down to the side. Either strip off a layer or grab a drink. And in your mountain pose, just check your base, grounding down through both of the feet. Think about the tripod of the feet, from the heel bone to the little toe mound to the big toe mound. Activate those arches, spread the toes wide. Knees may need to be soft to keep the pelvis in neutral, core is on. And then add on from here, inhale, swing all the way up. As you exhale, hinge forward. Choice of arms can be long or at heart center. Place the hands on the floor. Step the right foot back. Don't lower the knee. Slowly come up to crescent. Check your base. Hold it here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Check your base. Right hand, right thigh. Stretch and lengthen out the left side of your body so left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Side bend, reverse your warrior. Release the right ear towards that right shoulder. Keep that nice stretch down the left side of your body. Head and neck are nice and relaxed. Either gaze straight ahead or maybe gaze down at the floor. Inhale, warrior two. If you're gazing out to the side, slowly look to the front. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come back to crescent. You have the option now to lower down into a kneeling crescent or staying up into crescent. Soften the elbows coming into goddess. Core is on, right glute is on. Exhale, rotate left. Inhale, slowly come through to center as you inhale right. Slowly exhale left. Check that you can keep that pelvis in neutral. If you can't, just lower the knee and come down into kneeling crescent. It's a small movement coming from the mid-back. Got one more on each side. Come back to center, lengthen out those arms. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands to the hips, slowly lower the right knee to the floor. Hinge forward. Right hand to the mat, right shoulder stacked over that right wrist. Easy rotation to the left. Release the right ear down towards that right shoulder. Option to open out the left arm, so the fingertips point up towards the ceiling, making sure the arm stays nice and long, nice and straight, coming up to the ceiling and not leaning back. And then you're going to lean back into that right shoulder blade. Check in with the breath. Breathe wide and full. The core is still activated. And then maybe heel toe that left foot out slightly. Release that hand down towards the mat, so you square onto the mat. Tuck the right toes if they're not already. Bring the right knee off the floor. Step back to your plank. You can lower the knees to the floor, stay here. Pelvis is in neutral. Take a nice deep breath in. Lower the knees to the floor. Then lengthen out the legs, plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Lengthen out, plank. One more. Lower the knees to the floor. Lengthen out, plank. Your option to stay here or to bring the knees to the floor as we come down into our low plank, softening the elbows, chest is open. Cobra. As you exhale, soften slightly, tuck the toes, either push up to your plank or up to the knees. Hips come up and back, down dog. Breathe wide and full. To transition to the front of the mat, you can come up onto the balls of your feet, soften the knees and step the right foot forward, or come through from the kneeling lunge, or just walk your feet forward. So when you're ready, we'll meet in a halfway lift at the front of the mat. Check you're not jutting that chin out. Inhale, slowly start to lengthen out the legs. Slowly come all the way up. Nice on exhale. Inhale, keep the length. Exhale, bend the knees, hips float back, the core is on, you're hinging forward, spine nice and long. Place the hands on the floor, step the left foot back, soften that knee on the balls of the left foot, slowly come way up. And we're meeting our crescent. Check your base. Left glutes on, core is activated. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open out into warrior two. Right knee is bent. The outside edge of the left foot in contact with the floor. Glutes are on, core is on. Left hand, left thigh. Reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Nice long stretch. Side bend, reverse your warrior. Release the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Feel that nice opening out the right side of the body. Inhale, warrior two. Look forwards. And as you exhale, soft down, come into your crescent lunge. Check your base. You have the option of lowering that left knee down to the floor and coming to a kneeling crescent. Next exhale, bend the elbows, goddess arms. Exhale, rotate to the right. Shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Slowly come round to the left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. One more on each side. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, back to center, lengthen out those arms. And then on your next exhale, release the hands to the hips. Start to release that left knee slowly down towards the floor. Hinge forward, left hand to the floor. Left shoulder in line with that left wrist. Release the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Easy rotation. Option to lengthen out the right arm. Twisted crescent. And maybe heel toe that right foot out a little bit. Exhale, release the hand to the floor, hips are square on. Bringing that right foot back, coming into plank. Either stay here or release the knees. If it feels too much to stay in high plank, you can lengthen out the right knee, the left knee, or if not, stay in the plank, core is on, glutes are on. Gently lower both knees to the floor, lengthen the legs, high plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Either hold it here or bring the knees to the floor. As you slowly soften the elbows, keep the chest open. Lowering down, cobra. Pull back the mat. Exhale, soften, tuck the toes. Either through the knees or to plank, hips up and back, down dog. Check that spine is nice and long. If not, soften the knees. Maybe soften the knees anyway. Keep pushing up. Weight even between the hands and the feet. Head and neck are relaxed. And then your choice on how to transition to the front of the mat, either stepping forward into a low lunge or bringing the knees to the floor and then stepping the left foot forward and then the right foot halfway lift. Lovely long spine. And as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Release the arms. Set your base. Maybe the knees are soft. Keep that pelvis in neutral. Activate the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Float the arms all the way up. Fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Side bend. So the hands can be together or you can interlace the fingers or keep the hands apart like I am. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right. Relax the head and neck. Check that the hips are both pointing straight ahead and level. Push down through both feet. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. As you exhale, hip hinge all the way forward. Hands can be resting on the thighs, or maybe the fingertips, or the hands can be on the floor. Really bend those knees. Relax the head and neck. Let the upper body rest on the thighs, or maybe place the hands on the block. Really think about letting those hips come back, so floating back. Nice long stretch here. And then from here, slowly come into tabletop. Set your base. Shoulders are over the wrist, spread the fingers wide, knees under hips. Pelvis is in neutral, core is activated. Shoulder blades are in neutral, lovely long spine. Tuck the toes. Activate the core. Hover the knees off the floor. Lengthen out the right leg. Bring the right leg back underneath the hip. Lengthen out the left leg. Left knee back underneath the hips. Either hold it here or lower the knees to the floor. We're going to repeat that. Right leg extend. Right knee, right hip. Left leg extend. Left knee, left hip. Hold it here. Lower the knees to the floor. One more time. Activate the core. Knee hover. Extend the right leg. Right knee, right hip. Left leg extend. Left knee, left hip. One more. Extend the right leg. Right knee, right hip. Extend the left. Left knee, left hip. Hold it here. And lower the knees down. Release the feet. Couple cat-cows here. Working with your own range of movement. And just be careful with that lower back as you come into your cow. Just allow the chest to come through. You don't need to dump that belly down towards the floor. Your option, if your shoulders and wrists are feeling a little bit sore, you can come down to your forearms. Coming into our plank again. To activate the core, lengthen out the right leg, lengthen out the left leg. Pelvis in neutral, glutes are on, core is on. And slowly shift forward and back. So just hovering forward, hovering back, hover forward, hover back, hover forward, hover back. You can either higher or bring the knees to the floor and hold. And then slowly release, come to tabletop. Maybe you can give those wrists a little shake. 2 cat-cows, working with your own range of movement. Come back to tabletop. Your option again, you can either come down to the lower arms to your forearm plank, or you can stay with a high plank. So whether you're in a high plank or whether you're in a forearm plank, glutes are on, core is on, and just float the right toes off the floor. Option to be down on your knees and holding your plank, float the right foot down. Float the left foot off the floor, hold it here. Float it down, hold it here. And then slowly lower the knees to the floor. Keep the hips lifted and then come into an extended child. Coming in, so you're onto the pinky side, the little finger side of your arms. Arms nice and long. Try not to sink the chest down to the floor. Hold it here. And really pull back with the mat. So your little fingers pulling back on the mat. Head in line with the rest of the spine. Slowly place the hands on the floor, coming into pigeon. Left knee behind the left wrist. Adjust your foot. Now for pigeon, if it feels uncomfortable for you, you can, let me demonstrate on my right side, sit back so you're sitting on that heel. If you're really not feeling it, just slowly come down and you can do your glute stretch on the floor, your 4-point kneeling or lion pigeon. You can slowly come down to the lower arms. Check that the hips are level, so that pelvis is in neutral, so you're not rotating to one side or the other. Check in the body and how you're feeling. Do you need to adjust that left knee? Do you need to adjust your pelvis? And if that feels comfortable, you can either stack the fists and rest your forehead on your fist, or if you have a block, you can just rest your forehead on a block. Or you're a little bit more flexible and you're feeling okay, and you can keep that neck in line, you can just rest the forehead on the floor. And then just check in with the breath. The air flowing in, the air flowing out. The pigeon can be quite tough, so if you need to adjust it or modify it anytime, please do so. Or if you need to come out of it before we do, then that is fine. Just come out of it when you need to. You don't have to stay in this position. You can come up to the lower arms and maybe walk them around to one side and the other. See what feels comfortable for you. Check in with the pelvis, the knee, how it's feeling. And just trying to stay present so that you can focus on the breath and focus on how the body's feeling. And if your head is resting on your hands or the floor or the blocks, slowly, slowly, slowly come up to your lower arms. And very slowly place the palms flat on the floor. Slowly come up, tuck the right toe. Slowly bring that right knee in. Slowly come back to tabletop. Maybe a few cat-cows, maybe a few hip circles, or some people like to come into down dog, your choice. And then we'll slowly meet in tabletop. Bring the left knee off the floor, the right knee off the floor, plank, hold it here, or bring the knees down, so an extended tabletop or a 3/4 plank. Glutes are on, core is on, hold it here. Check the length in the neck, lovely long spine, pelvis is in neutral. Slowly lower the knees to the floor. This time the right knee's coming to behind the right wrist. Your choice whether you're coming down, laying on your back, or whether you're staying here, or whether you're tucking the right heel so it's underneath your buttock. Coming down to the forearms, hip the level. The pelvis is still in neutral. If you need to adjust your foot, please do so. Just check and see how that knee feels, how your back is feeling. So remember, you've always got the option where you come down, lay on your back, and stretch your glutes out there in the 4-point kneeling or the recline pigeon, whichever name you want to give it. If this feels comfortable, maybe lower the forehead to the floor or the forehead to the fist, or maybe onto your block or to a cushion. And then check in with the breath. Is the breath nice and easy, nice and steady? Is it feeling a little bit too much this side? Do you need to come out of the pose a little bit? Do you need to adjust that foot? And just check in with the hips, are they level so that pelvis is neutral? And if you need to have a little bit of movement, maybe come round to the left or to the right, can be on your forearms. And it's trying to stay present. You can listen to your body and stay focused on the breath as well. if your forehead is resting on the floor, your hands will block, slowly come up to the lower arms. Slowly bring the palms to the mat. Slowly come up, top the left toes. Slowly bring that knee in, coming back to tabletop. Maybe a down dog, maybe cat-cow, maybe a few hip circles. And then coming back to tabletop, we're going to come down to the floor. So you're laying on your back with your knees bent. So if you need to grab an extra layer or your socks or water, please do so. And once you come down to the mat, lying on your back, pelvis in neutral, so that lower back's not over the arch. Knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. Arms down by your side. The arms can be away from the body slightly so the shoulders can really relax onto the floor. Palms can face the ceiling. Just a few deep breaths here. And then slowly float the arms up. And then flex the hands and the palms face up towards the ceiling. Left hand to the right fingers, stretching out the right wrist, the right forearm. Again, you have the option of bringing the arm down a little bit lower if it feels a little bit awkward holding that hand over the shoulder. And release. Keeping the hands flexed, right fingers to the left fingers, stretching out that left wrist, the left forearm. And release. And slowly circle the wrists. You can bend the arms and have the upper arms on the floor with the elbows bent to circle your wrists out. And just release the arms to the floor. Slowly float the right foot up, right knee in line with the right hip, and just slowly circle the right ankle. Upper body's nice and relaxed. Change direction. And then check in with the face. Soften the face. Start to relax the jaw. And start to soften the breath. And float the right foot down to the floor. Slowly float the left foot up. Left knee in line with the left hip. Circle the left ankle. We've started our relaxation. Getting ready for our Shavasana. Slowly float the left foot down towards the floor. Keep the feet flat on the floor. And then just gently, gently windscreen wiping of the knees. There's a small range of movement. It's nice and easy. Just a gentle massaging of that lower back. Upper body's relaxed. Soften the fingers. Maybe close the eyes. Come to center. Either stay here with your natural breath, nice and easy. Or inhale for 2 and exhale for 4. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 4. Either tail or roll up onto one side or lengthen out the legs to come into corpse pose. Shavasana. Soften the body, relaxing the fingers, relax the toes. The jaw soft, the forehead is soft, and the space between the eyebrows. Soften down through the chest, the ribs, the belly. And just allow the feet to fall out to one side. And just allow the back of the head, the backs of the shoulders, the shoulder blades, back of the hips, the heels, to melt down into the mat, to the earth below. And just rest, deep rest. Slowly bring the awareness back to the breath. The air flowing in, the air flowing out. And bring the awareness back to the body. Maybe slide the legs a little bit closer together. Maybe float the arms back over the head, come into a full body stretch. Maybe flex the feet. And slowly float the arms back down to the side of your body. Start to soften the knees, slide the feet back in one at a time. Keeping the eyes closed. And then slowly roll to one side. And then slowly crawl your way all the way back up to an easy cross-legged, closing the eyes. Maybe sit on a block or a cushion. Keep the eyes closed, bring your awareness back to the body. Are you sitting evenly on both seat bones? Is the spine nice and long? Shoulders relaxed. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades are in neutral. Lengthen the neck. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Hands can be on the knees or on the feet. Slowly bring the palms together at heart center. Allow the thumbs to connect to the heartbeat. Awareness is still on the breath. Thank you very much for joining me this morning and allow me to guide you through your practice. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace within. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you have any questions, you can type them in here. You can direct message me on Instagram. Contact details are below. If you're not subscribed, please do so. But thank you very, very much. And I hope you're enjoying your new year so far. But please contact me if you need to, or if you need to stay contact. If you're feeling a little bit down, I know it's a bit tough this time of year after Christmas and the weather and staying in tier 4. So if you need to contact me, direct message me on Instagram or email me. But thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.